Hi everyone, it's been a while, but welcome back to PvZ Knockoffs. Now, last time I talked about Toys vs. Nightmares, which was okay, but today we're stepping into uncharted territory. Mobile games. Keep your credit card in a safe place and let's proceed to Fish vs. Pirates. So, what is Fish vs. Pirates? Well, of course it's a tower defense game about keeping enemies away from the left of the screen, and we use fish as towers. Now it says in the title, Fish vs. Pirates, which is kinda weird. Like yeah, some of these enemies have pirate hats, but look at this guy, a ninja fish, or this enemy, some worm. What's their role in this if it's supposed to be Fish vs. Pirates? So yeah, the title isn't exactly the most accurate, but let's focus on the gameplay basics. So the currency is pearls, which comes from these clams, basically the sunflowers of the game. There's no other way to obtain them though, so if your backline gets destroyed, well, you're not placing anything again. Like PvZ, the game is divided into 5 areas, each with 10 levels, but unlike PvZ, you don't unlock something after every level. In fact, there's only 12 fish in this game. 12 fish in the 50 level game. There's nothing else to earn besides them, so yeah, you'll be getting nothing for completing most levels. Surprisingly, there are a lot of enemies, way more than there are fish, so you'll encounter those ones at least pretty often. So, let's actually discuss the fish now. Well, I would say that, but what's there to discuss? Most of them are just ripped straight from PvZ. We got all the generic towers, a basic shooter, a defensive wall, a powerful explosive, etc. The most original one here is probably the seahorse, which can heal your fish. Nothing quite like that in PvZ. Before someone says the aloe from PvZ 2, this game came out in 2012. Still, one original tower isn't much. Let's see what else we've got here. Well, there's this crab, which, whoa, what the fuck? That is not a crab. I'm just gonna move on. So yeah, the pirates, or whatever we want to call the enemies, is what you'd expect. Enemies that move faster, enemies with more health, enemies that can get past one tower, you know, all the basics. There were a few that were somewhat interesting, like I kinda like this guy who can grapple to the nearest tower. There's nothing like that in PvZ, but he doesn't exactly save the game. However, there's also one more type of enemy we don't see in PvZ, and that's bosses. Well yeah, there's a final boss, but here there's a boss at the end of each area. Well, I say boss, some of these guys aren't really that strong, but still, it's an okay idea, and this allows us to transition to the next section. Is there anything this game does originally? So, original stuff this game does. Other than the aforementioned bosses, there isn't much. There's a few random details that are different. For example, in PvZ, if the enemies reach the end, they have lawnmowers to give you another chance. In this game, if they reach the end, you lose. It's just like that. I can admit lawnmowers in PvZ are a bit too forgiving, but come on, bro. This was the final enemy in the level, and I killed everything else, but because of this, I failed. Anyways, if you do find yourself in a difficult situation, there are power-ups. You may have noticed enemies dropping coins sometimes. There's no shop or anything, so they're pretty much just for power-ups. Now, I didn't use these too much because the first time I tried, I used this power-up that freezes all enemies, and it ended up freezing my fucking recording. So yeah, but they exist if you're into that. Anyways, I'm running out of things this game does differently from PvZ, but I got one more way, and it's just weird. So like I said, there's 5 areas in this game, but if you complete enough levels in one, you'll unlock the next one. You'd think you'd have to beat every level in an area, but no. You can unlock everything if you just skip ahead like this, so you know damn well that's what I did. I put like 3 hours into this game, okay, that's enough. You've probably figured out how good this game is by now, but let's just wrap my thoughts up. The game is not good. With 50 levels and barely anything to unlock, it's just the same thing over and over again. The levels barely feel different. There's no mini games or anything. Even when you move to a new area, what does it change? The background? Amazing. I genuinely can't think of anything positive to say about this game. Don't play it. In fact, don't even think about it. Please, unwatch this video so you can go back to having never heard about it. Okay, maybe it's not that bad, but it's still bad. Well anyways, that's all I've got. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Extra. Have a phenomenal rest of your day.